Hello everyone, and welcome to So Many Games, So Little Time. My name is Joachim, and today I'll be talking about Jaipur. I don't have the box here with me. It's once again at school because my students like to play it, and also, it's there because you never know, I might be able to play a game during lunch and so on. Because Jaipur is a two-player game, it plays fairly short, and you play three games to decide who's the winner, or maybe two if the first person wins twice. And it's just a really enjoyable game. But before I say anything else, let's just take a look at how you set it up, how the rules work, and so on, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts afterwards. Okay, so how do you play Jaipur? You play Jaipur like this. First of all, you take a look at your cards and you check how many you have. 5, that's normal. It can also be that you have less cards in your hand and some of them in your herd. Like this player, they have 1 camel in their herd and 4 cards in their hand. Because in your hand you will only have goods. The camels are always separate in a herd. So this player has a good starting hand because they have 1 card that are diamonds, 2 cards gold, 1 leather, and then 1 cloth. So what can this player do? First of all, you can take cards or sell cards. Let's look at sell cards first. They have leather and cloth. They could sell 1 of these here at the bottom because they're the least valuable goods. So selling the leather would give you 4 points. Selling the cloth would give you 5 points, and that's it. Or you could sell the other ones. You cannot sell the diamonds because it's part of the more valuable ones. You can see it. And you cannot sell any of these unless you are selling at least 2. So I only have 1 diamond. I do have 2 gold cards, so I could sell them for 12 points, 6 and 6. Because depending on the amount of cards you sell, that's also the amount of tokens you take. So I sell 2 cards, I take 2 tokens. I sell 5 cards, I take 5 tokens. So I'm not going to sell because there's 1 gold card here smiling at me. So I'm going to take that one, and that brings me to taking cards. So when you take cards, you can do 3 things. You can take more than 1 good, but they have to be different ones. For example, well, it can be the same, but it can also be different. You choose. So let's say I want to take these 2. All right, then I'd say, okay, I'm going to exchange it with this one and this one. Then these will take their place. Now this is not a very logical move, okay? It's just an example. So I could also take 3 camels. Then these camels would immediately go to my herd and not to my hand. So camels are useful because, for example, I was just doing this exchange. If I had camels, I could also choose not to use these goods, but use camels instead, or use 1 good and 1 camel instead. So they're like trade chips. Now camels are also important because at the end of the round, whoever has the most amount of camels will get the camel token, which will give you 5 points extra. Okay? So, alright. So in this case, I'm going to go for the third option, which is just take 1 card. So I'll take it, goes into my hand. I now have 6 cards. Maximum is 7. Alright, so I reveal the next card. It's a cloth. Now had I chosen the camels, it's very risky. Camels are good for exchanging, but also if I take 1 camel, I have to take all of them. You have to. So that means 3 new cards would be revealed, which could potentially be very good for my opponent. Now let's look at the opponent. The opponent has also 4 cards, 5th one here. Okay, I have 2 leather, 1 spice, and 1 cloth. Now, as you can see, these are the least valuable goods. Now they're going to gamble that more expensive stuff will come out, so they are going to take all the camels. Okay, So they take the camels, and then 3 new ones come out. So we have cloth, we have leather, and we have more cloth, which technically, if you look at their cards, they already have 1 cloth, so that could potentially be a very good move for them later on. Now let's take a look at the cards I have here. I also have 1 cloth, 1 leather, 3 gold, and 1 diamonds. Now you can see it's not very interesting for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell the 3 gold I have. So the 3 gold go to this card, and I take the top 3 tokens. Okay, 666. And you can see on the back it's also 666 and 5. Sorry, it's 6, 6, and 5 points. Now I will put them in a stack because this will start getting higher, and that way it's still a mystery about who's winning and so on. So that was my move. I finished. Back to the other person. They check. Well, they have the leather, they have the spices, and they have the cloth. Now the maximum of cards is 7, so they have room for 3 more cards. So what they're going to do, they're going to exchange 3 camels, the camels they just picked up, for 3 cloth. Now I know I said before they were going to look for some more valuable items. Let's arrange this differently so it's easier to pick up if someone chooses the camels. But if you have the option of getting so many cards in one go, it's too good to pass up, because 4 would give them 5, 3, 3, 2 points, which is pretty good still. Back to the next person. Now they have leather, they have diamonds, they have cloth, but only leather is here. Leather is the least valuable. They're just going to go for the camels and build their herd. All right, so leather comes out, a camel comes out, and silver comes out. Silver is also pretty valuable. Okay, so we'll check one last time with this person. Now they are going to sell their 4. Now actually I have made a mistake already, all right, because when I sold the 3 gold, I should have gotten an extra bonus tile for selling 3 cards. Now the value on these tiles, they are secret, they're mixed, so you don't know how much you're getting. But of course, once you take it, you can check. Just give me 1 point. Okay. Now this person is selling 4. All right, 4. So the 4 go discard. They take the top 4, which basically gives them 13 points. Put them in a pile in their area, and they also get the selling 4 cards bonus. In this case, that gave them 4 points. This will keep going on. People will be taking cards, they will be selling cards, selling goods, and so on, keep taking tokens, and the game will end when 3 of the goods tokens are all gone. So not these bonuses, just the goods tokens. 3 of them are completely gone, or there are no more cards in the market left to draw. Then the round will end. Then the scores are all counted, all the chips are counted, and then whoever has the most gets a seal of excellence. And then you play a second game. And then maybe at the second game, the other person won. They will get a seal of excellence. And then you play one more game to decide who gets the final seal of excellence and wins the game. So basically, when you play Jaipur, you're either playing 2 or 3 games. Okay, so that's it basically. There's nothing much to say about it. There are some details, some reminders and notes that you can check in the rule book, but this is basically how you play Jaipur. I really like Jaipur. I even have the mobile app on my phone so I can play if there's no one else to play with. Why do I like it? Because there's a lot of strategy involved as to keeping an eye on your opponent, deciding when to take which goods, and also it's once again kind of like push your luck, because like, should I take them now or should I wait? But if I wait another round, maybe he or she will take it from me, and then I can't take it anymore and I lose the points. And also I really need camels, but do I want to take all the camels from the middle? Because if I do, you know, God knows what other cards will come out and I might be really helping my opponents. So there's a lot of decisions you have to make every turn. And it also depends on who you're playing with. If you're playing with someone who really wants to win, then it can be a really tense affair. If you're playing laid back with somebody else, you know, then it can just be more fun, you know. I mean, the tense part can also be more fun, but like I said, it depends on what kind of person you are. I think you can obviously see from the video before, the rules explanation and so on, it's a very beautiful game. You know, the cards are just normal, the tokens are serviceable, but it's beautiful when it's all on the table. It's really nice to look at. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't take too long to play. It could be down the wire if it's like 1-1 and you play one more game to see who wins. Yeah, I like it. I like the idea. I like the mechanisms. I like the looks of it, and it'll stay in my collection for quite a while. Also because it's one of the smaller box games. Actually, it's not super small, but it doesn't take up much place on the shelf, so there's no real reason to cull it once I get too many games. So yeah, that's basically it. That's Jaipur. If you enjoy two-player games and you enjoy the mechanics that you just saw on display, then go for it, because it's a really nice game.